What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Cosmic, and welcome to my channel, Reads Block 21. And today we are back in Metaphors. We are going to be talking about one of my favorite books in the Metaphors series. Again, it's like saying you like chocolate over vanilla, it's still all ice cream, right? We are going to be talking about The Successful Life of Jack Rybicki. As always, welcome. Let's start talking about the synopsis. Jack Rybicki is a high school senior who loves his girl, likes to party, and doesn't have much of a plan for life. Then fate plucks him from obscurity, and Jack, now renamed Jack Noble by his management team, becomes one of the most famous people on the planet. A teenager who likes to indulge himself and has limitless resources is not the best recipe for a successful life, but it is never too late in Middle Falls. This is the 11th book. We are really going through them today. So that is Jack Rybicki's synopsis. This one, okay. I think Sean Inman was in his element when he started this one. It has everything in it. It has old friends. It has learning curves. It has just everything, right? So let's go through it bit by bit. The beginning, right? This one takes a little bit of getting used to. It will take a little bit longer than the other books to actually get going, because we actually see a lot more of Jack's life than we normally would, especially in the next book, which is a comparison to this one, again in Charles Waters, but we will crack on with that. Anyway, yeah, this one takes a little bit of a longer time to start, right? To actually go back and to actually for any time travel to happen. I don't think any of that should be cut out. Like, we get the emotional payoff. We fully buy in to Jack's life. We fully go through everything with him. We know where he's coming from. So when he actually goes back, we know then why, right? Because most of the books you're like, yeah, you're okay, it's a terrible life, but this one we actually get to see him and see him grow, and how he got into the situation that he is, that leads him to going back, and how is it going to change. And when he goes back, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that sounded creepy, but oh boy, that, because we've got this emotional background, this lore behind us, we know so much about them, but yet we don't know so much about them, right? It's oh, and then once all of that happened, now to the third act. The third act, it's again, uh, 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 you know, you, it's like three different parts, right? It's different. So the first and the second part, they do join and they do mesh correctly, but it is three different. You can think about it in three different sections, right? The third act, oh, it is, and it's the third of the third act, right? The just the ending bit, as just the book as it's ending. There is a scene in there, and in that scene there is one line. One line. If you miss it, you have got to read that. So I obviously listen to it on Audible, but I didn't actually. Well, I have gone back, and I don't listen to books. Go back and listen to books a lot. This was when I went to listen to, and when I listened to it, there's a line in there that just stops your brain, right? It takes you out of that story first. You can't hear anything else that is being said because you're thinking about this one line in there, and it doesn't pay off straight away. It kind of, it's hidden, right? And you read it, you're like, that doesn't mesh, and then you realize it's not a mistake, and the just implications, because at this point we hadn't really seen, but now we see, and and it's not, and then obviously the payoff from that then is the ending. It's just, but this one line of this one, oh, of this, I can't tell you, it's a fantastic, and this is why. And then I think this is what kicked off what happens in later books for Sean, right? Because especially in Aiden's book, a lot of stuff happens in Aiden's book, which I believe is next. No, it's not. It's Charles Waters, but I think the idea kicks off here, and it's just it is a fantastic read, and or listen if you're listening to it on Audible. And oh my god, this one, if you don't read any other books, this is the second one in the Middle Falls book you have to read, right? Michael Hollister's is the like you obviously gotta read the three starter books, Hollister, Weaver, and Davidna. But if you don't read any other ones, it's read this one. It is crazy interesting, right? It is insane because it I don't know what it is. It's just it touches you right in here, right? I don't want to do a lot because you probably see my mic's there, but it touches you right in here. Oh, and the ending, and you're just like, wait, did I mate, that one line? Okay, you gotta listen to it, but it's right at the end of the end, right? It's more of the. It's not even a character. It's just one line. You're just like, what? Sorry, what? And that just opens this other world of. I didn't even think about that, but holy, yeah, it does open this world of. Whoa, wow, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And it, there is essentially actually, yeah, there is some sort of, but you don't think about it. The middle bit, there is a little bit of what happens in the end in the middle. It preempts it, but you're in such a lulled sense of security. You're like, well, yeah, that happens, and then there's two lines. There's one in the middle, and there's one in the end, and they kick off the middle and the end bits, and you just I mean, obviously, I didn't even think about it, but the middle kind of, when you think about it, yeah, but you don't think about it because that's just part of the story. You're like, okay, you don't think about the middle because you think, okay, yeah, that's part of the story. I don't think anything like this has happened. Callister, maybe. Don't think it's happened yet, but this is where it kicks off, and you're thinking, wow, wow, it is a fantastic read. I would 100% go back and read it again. I would buy it for somebody else. I would buy it for somebody else. That's the rating. Literally, this is one of those books you're like, huh. Obviously, you get them the trilogy, but then you get them this, and you're like, and of course, they can't read them interchangeably. Oh, right. Fangirling aside, my question for this week, last week's was, would you go back and change anything? This week, mm, I don't have one. Any questions for me this week? My question for this week is, do you have any questions for me in regards to time travel? What's your, that's a cop out. What's your favorite time travel book? What book? I think I have an encyclopedic knowledge of time travel books, right? Try and stop me in the comments which one you have or haven't read, and which one you think I have or haven't read. And that's everything for me. As always, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.